The last 16 days on Earth have been the hottest on record. Phoenix hit a daily record 118 degrees yesterday and broke a 50-year record for consecutive days at or above 110 degrees. Experts say this kind of heat is by far the most dangerous impact of climate change. I want to bring in ABC's Brad Mielke, host of the Start Here podcast, for more. Brad, why is this kind of heat so dangerous?
Yeah, well, I mean, an increase in temperature can be dangerous wherever you are, right? But there's a marked difference between going from 70 to 80 degrees where you live and going from, say, 95 to 105 where you live. And I spoke to the climate journalist Jeff Goodell. He's the author of this new book, The Heat Will Kill You First. And he basically said there is a fundamental shift in your body when the temperature rises to a certain level. Specifically, he says when it's about 95 and humid, that is the level at which your body starts breaking down, no matter what you're doing, when you're exercising. So this kind of idea of, yeah, I'll just sort of live my life like it's normal, doesn't necessarily work the same way if we're talking about exerting ourselves outdoors, which a lot of us do. And a lot of us think like 95, no big deal.
So who's most at risk here? Does this affect everybody?
Well, essentially anyone who works outdoors, which is obviously more people than you think, especially when you look around the world. We're talking about millions and millions of people who do not have air conditioning, who can't afford to have air conditioning. They won't have air conditioning in the near future. So it's been easy throughout the last several years to be like, yeah, difference between if it rises from 101 to 104 where I live, whatever, the AC has the same, like it's going to be the same in my house. That's not the case if you're outdoors. It's not the case if you're a delivery man. It's not the case if you're a farmer. And we've seen people dying in fields in the last several years because they felt like they couldn't take a break to go hydrate themselves. They couldn't take a break to stop exerting themselves. And that's the thing. At certain temperatures, it doesn't even matter necessarily how much you're even hydrating yourself. I didn't understand this. Like, I always think, the more water you drink, the better you'll be.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the case, because if you get to that point of 95 degrees and muggy, that's where sweat stops helping your body cool itself down. And really, your body can only handle a few hours of exertion.
Wow. All right. I also want to ask you about this other story before I let you go. This recent study about the impact of remodeling after watching home makeover shows. What's this about?
Yeah, so that's right. So we spoke to a scientist who ran this study, and it was a small-scale study where they basically looked at a few dozen people, but they did these in-depth interviews with them. And basically, the premise of the study was, if you're remodeling your house and you're watching all these home improvement shows, HGTV being sort of the most notable version of this, you know how all these shows are constantly telling you, like, make sure that you're looking for the resale value. Make sure that you're not making it too specific to yourself. Make sure that that this could be, appeal to all your friends.
Yeah,
and
some of them focus on that for sure.
Yeah, that sort of aesthetic, she said, is seeping into more and more people's home renovations, where they are less sort of unique to themselves. They're less focused on what would I actually like to live in, and more sort of what would everyone like to live in. And because of that, they're making some of us a little more disassociated when we feel at home, a little more uncomfortable in our own homes.
So this is actually impacting mental health.
Yeah, that's right. She says people become disoriented after the renovations. They would do these follow-up interviews, and the people who had been watching more of these home improvement shows, who made these sort of choices, being like, I don't want to look stupid in front of my friends. I'm going to make my house more beige.
Right, I won't go with the wallpaper.
Right,
I'll just go with
I'm not going to do my
white.
cool custom little thing I had envisioned for my kitchen. I'm going to do kind of the every person's kitchen. Months later, they would interview these people, and they'd be like, I feel a little more disoriented. I don't know what it is. And that was the case for more and more of these people.
Because it doesn't feel like home anymore.
Just do you, Live your life.
So
Live in your place.
All right, Brad Mielke, we love it. Go for that wallpaper,
That's
everybody.
right.
And to hear Brad dive into more stories like these, check out the Start Here podcast. New episodes drop weekday mornings at 6 Eastern, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.